It's early morning. I'm TJ Greaney. This is your KOZ Raw for this, for today, this week. I'm here out at the KOZ Mobley Ranch, and got a couple of guys that are with some boys out here, and but this is one of the things that we teach the boys. Early morning. And it's terrible too, because during the summer, a lot of them, some of them sleep till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 10 a.m. And if the sun comes up, I get up. Maybe that's just an old man thing. Maybe that's the way we used to do it. But I can't tell you how we don't get up late in our KOZ stuff. When we're doing campouts, we're doing anything. Boy, if the sun's coming up, we're getting the boys up. And what it does is it teaches them what the morning is. Now, they get to do it on school days. Some of them makes me so sad. They get on a school bus at 6 a.m. and ride a school bus for an hour. How miserable could that be? I think I did it, but it's still miserable thinking about it for those poor little dudes. But one of the things that you want to teach your boys about is the mornings. The still, quiet, cool mornings. It's going to be 100 plus today here. But right now it's in the 70s. It's really nice out. And this is a time where boys can just be quiet and just learn to like, maybe learn to love the early mornings when it's still and quiet. I don't know how you teach that necessarily to a boy that just wants to sleep, and they do need more sleep than an adult, or as we get older, us. But man, there's something magical about the mornings. The Hispanic culture, the culture in Mexico and those countries figured out something that I think is brilliant. They figured out that getting up early, working for a while, and then going and taking a nap, and then coming back to work and working a few more hours, that's, in my opinion, that's just brilliant. But hey, take the boys, get the boys up early. Have a good reason for them to get up early. Take them for a hike. Take them for driving in the four-wheelers, or get them out to the pond so they start fishing early in the morning. Teach them early in the morning. Another thing that I've done that I thought was, I was just asking Jesus, what can I share today that will give them something tangible they can do with the boys? And so in Revelations, they talk about, I will give you a white stone, and on that stone will have a new name. And I've done it a couple of different ways. I've gone out and found a handful of white stones. There's a place. You don't got to go to Hobby Lobby to get them. You can. But it's a lot better if you find some small pocket-size stones, white stones, somewhere on the ground, and then you write a positive word on there, like strong, courageous, handsome, smart, and you get a pocket full of those. And then at the end of a Saturday or at the end of a campout, talk to your boys about how when they know Jesus and they begin their journey with Jesus, he gives them a new name. Little known fact, So back in most of my years growing up, I was known as Tom. And I know the people who knew me when I was really young, and there's very few of those around, but they use that name. But when I sobered up and began my journey in sobriety and then into faith, when I began my journey in sobriety, people called me Thomas. And that's interesting. The only person that ever really called me Thomas was Mom. But then it goes to when I began my, just at some point, it switched to TJ, and that stuck. And that's been my faith journey, sobriety journey name for 30 years now. But the reason I say that is I think God changes our names. He changed the names of the apostles to give them a new name, to give them a fresh beginning, to give them meaning. And I think you can do that with a white stone ceremony. The other thing that you don't want to miss out on is nicknames. There's so many guys that have, so many of you have done the nickname so well that you don't even remember your boys in your group's names. You only remember nicknames. Now those nicknames are positive nicknames. They're affirmations. I think Richard Johnson said he had a boy who helped another boy carry a backpack off a mountain, and he nicknamed him Sherpa. And none of the boys knew what a Sherpa was. Well, man, they are the guys on Mount Everest and any tall peak. The Sherpas are the guys. They've been to the peak. It ain't no big deal to them. They've been there 10 times. But, and they carry the heavy loads. And he got the nickname Sherpa. And so look for positive. Again, we don't let the boys choose other boys' nicknames. They don't get to do that. That's something that is led by the Holy Spirit. And you know, and you and the other HTLs know what the nickname is when a boy gets his new name in KOZ. So those are just some of the things that I think are beautiful and things you can do with the boys. And maybe you got something else when you're sitting having your morning coffee, listening to all that noise. It's glorious. Hey, one last thing. So the girls wanted me to remind you of two things, or tell you about two things. One is, don't forget to like and subscribe to this. The YouTube grows. It's a good thing when we have likes and subscribes. So if you could do that, would be much appreciated. The other thing is, have you ever thought about giving monthly to KOZ? You know, we're crowdfunded. If we're not raising the money over here, we don't have a government Laren funding or grants from the government or anything that you may have heard of recently. The way that we get our material to you, the way that we get to come to men's conferences and get other guys involved in KOZ is because of donors, just regular people. And you can be a regular people. You can actually now, we have something called the Unfathered Fringe. And for a couple of bucks a month, you join the Unfathered Fringe, and you get, if you do a certain level, you get a t-shirt. If you do another level, and there's 2 levels. If you do that level, you get a sweatshirt, and it says KOZ Unfathered Fringe. It's pretty cool, and it's a little club of people who just support KOZ monthly. So if you feel so moved, it'd be great. We just all get together and pitch in a little bit, and we can do mighty things with a little bit if we all do it together. So anyway, my coffee cup runneth empty, so I'm going to go back in and get some coffee. One day you need to come to Texas and come to one of our events out here at KOZ Mobley Ranch. Get up real nice and early and come sit out here with me and drink a cup of coffee. All right, that's it for this week. We love you guys. You matter oh so much. Join the Unfathered Fringe. Regulators, mount up.